It's Week 10 of the National Football League. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Saints and the Vikings. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. Things haven't gone exactly according to plan to this point, but boy, you and I down there with them before the game, they were fired up.
And they understand how important this game is. Win this one, they can start to think about a turnaround.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. They start the drive with Cook. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Play action, Newman. And he slings one that's incomplete. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Newman. Over the middle, complete. That's Cook. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. After last week's loss, you bet this offense probably wanted to come out with a little more fire than a 3-and-out.
And I'm sure that people are saying, hey, come on, Coach, where was the pregame talk? Have these guys ready to go? But you and I both know it goes into preparation and practice and being ready to go. That gives you the confidence to come out and play. They've got to find that and fast.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
On 1st and 10, Winston. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says, our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people, and right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
First down, Winston. A quick one here, hauled in by Kamara. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 14 carries, 98 yards, and a score.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
Jameis now on first down. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. This one taken in by Olave. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Give them the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
From the red zone now, Winston. Over the middle, into the hands of Michael Thomas. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. On second down, Kamara. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. On third down, here's Kamara. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. A stop there on third. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I'd go right at them with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on third down.
Now Winston. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Line of scrimmage. Again, the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints are on the board first here this afternoon. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end, then come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt, turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
Now the try here for the extra point. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. This one fielded at the 5. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. 1-7 their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now this organization, more than likely, if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So's the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. The Vikings at 1-7 now on the year. And whatever promise they had to start the season fully evaporated now as they come in losers of 6 straight.
Well, you know what they often say, winning breeds winning, but unfortunately, the flip side of that can be true as well, because this is a club in desperate need of a spark out of somewhere. A big play on offense, turnover, takeaway on defense, something to get them pointed in the right direction. They need it quickly.
First carry for the Boise State Bronco, Alexander Madison. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They'll go Madison up the middle. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He was brought down by Marcus May.
Now it's Newman. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. Now the try here for the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Now Newman. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Off play action. Newton. Finding Taysom Hill complete. He's got room at the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. It's a jet sweep. They get it to Green. Down right around the 25.
The tackle made by DeMario Davis. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second.
On second down, Cook. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Play action. Now Newman. And that will be incomplete. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because, to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
Alvin Kamara on the carry. It's a gain of 3. First down, New Orleans.
Winston now to throw on first down. His throw incomplete. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go for the 40. Winston to give. It's Kamara. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. Again, it's Kamara. Dances by him. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Corbin. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. To throw is Winston. Open man is Michael Thomas. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 17-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down, almost back to the drawing board.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Jameis to throw it.
A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman. And the Saints are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
1st and goal, New Orleans.
After one, a 14-3 ball game.
First quarter with the score Saints 14.
The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they go to work on a 1st and goal. Kamara. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Again, Kamara. And this time he scores. Touchdown, New Orleans.
And he was was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Now the extra point. And it's 21-3. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fields it right around the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Newman. Setting up the screen for Cook. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. To throw, Winston. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 right at the 40. Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun, Winston. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. That catch by...
Now we're going to get another look at this one. Dennis Allen not happy, so he has thrown the challenge flag.
The previous play is under review.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So Dennis Allen successful on that challenge. A good decision to throw the flag.
A first down throw for Winston. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
From the shotgun, it's Winston.
Back to Kamara for another catch.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
Alvin Kamara
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Saints are able to add on to their first half lead.
And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
A try here for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run.
Taken in at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Newman's throw taken in here by Fuller.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6.
Play action. It's Newton.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Newman looking to throw it.
And that is incomplete.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he's on to punt for Minnesota.
It's 4th down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So here are the Saints to take over. They've dropped 4 straight games coming into this one, remember, but they have the lead here.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10
at the 20.
He'll start with a give to Kamara.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line.
From the 22, Winston.
Olave holds it in.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Winston on target to Olave for the Saints first.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Winston.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Working out of the gun, Winston. Going deep here for Landry. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Winston, open man, puts it on the carpet, it's out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think they should take the ball to bed.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Kamara up the middle. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
91 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Now Winston.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
I think they're just practicing they decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston, and he's got the hook up to Landry.
And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4.
A give. This is Kamara. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
They'll try again.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints.
Alvin Kamara
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Saints extend their lead yet again. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run.
Taken in at the 3. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
And now out comes Minnesota.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Fuller. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Cook up the gut. Oh, nice move. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line.
Now a play fake, and it's Newton. And the throw there going to be incomplete. And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10, Winston. He completes it to Olave. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
Jameis now on first down. Steps away to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 45-yard line.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Winston now to throw on first down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey. And it's the Giants who are out in front in the second quarter. Kenny Golladay, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they've got the lead over the visiting Houston Texans. Joe Burrow with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And at the moment, that game is tied with the visiting New York Jets. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And a big reason why they have this big lead, the running game. They're over 100 yards as a team, and it's been the catalyst for this offense. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Second down, and it's Kamara again. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing, Winston.
He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it second down.
A gain of 4. It's
Now Winston.
That's complete to Troutman, right side.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Winston's throw caught by Olave. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, it's Winston. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. To throw is Winston.
Slant pass complete to Olave. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
116 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Up the middle they go. Corbin. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Tackle made at the 9-yard line. 4 yards on the
Here's 1st and 6. From the gun, Winston.
Got an open man. It's Olave.
And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
They'll run it with Kamara. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line.
Stop short of the goal line. No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd
and they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Ryan Knoll. His first touchdown on the year. And the Saints take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Saints.
That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They'll start on the ground with Madison. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now it's Newman. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Madison running on 1st down. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. They fake the give. Newton. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Jarvis Landry. A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. To throw, Winston. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. DJ Waddle got off his spot quickly and got to the quarterback. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto, and so the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off play action, Newton.
And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down.
On second down, Newman. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down.
Newman.
And that is incomplete.
There's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now Landry.
So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup.
They run it again with Kamara.
And he'll be stopped at the 46, gain of 3.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play.
Jameis to throw it. And that will be incomplete. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
On third down, Newman. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Landry now on the return. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
Working out of the gun, Winston. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 on the 1st down.
Well, still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Kamara.
Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 139 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Winston.
And he'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Open man is Michael Thomas. And the Saints are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
The tackle made at the 6-yard line. A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Kamara trying again. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Winston. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. And that sack brings up 4th and goal, a loss of 7. Big play. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. On 1st down, Newman. And that'll be incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Newman looking to throw it.
That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Throwing now, Newman on 1st down.
Setting up the screen for Cook. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40.
Complete to Delvin Cook. A 7-yard pickup.
Throwing again, Newman.
And that's complete. It's Green here.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield now, here's Newman.
Now they go screen. It's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Complete to Delvin Cook. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at their 49-yard line.
Here's Newman.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Now Newman.
That'll be complete to Cook.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here's Newman to throw.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
It's a gain of 5.
Now it's Newman.
It's complete to Fuller.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Newman's pass. Complete to Will Fuller. A gain of a yard on the line.
The offense on 3rd down, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 4.
And to throw again here, Newman.
Green's got it over the middle.
And he will have a Vikings 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up
From the gun, it's Newman. Over the middle, complete. It's Green. And the Vikings are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Now it's Newman. He goes right back to Green. He's got it complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
A 4-yard gain brings up second and
Newman.
at the Saints 3-yard line.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season.
And the Vikings are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
Saints 45, Vikings 10.
That one was an extended drive. 14 plays all told.
And the final act of the drive was the touchdown catch by Dalvin Cook. And he returns this to the 22.
The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. And really a lot of guys you could highlight on this offense with how well they've played, but he's one of them. He's been spectacular so far.
I'd say he'd be the number one, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because it's not just the numbers. It's, as you said, I think you said focal point. Well, that's what he's been, and that means he's created other opportunities because they've had to bring the defense to him. He's run it really well. He's caught it out of the backfield. They're trying to stop him. That means there are chances for the rest of the guys to do damage themselves.
Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
The defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down. We all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Kamara. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play.
On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. Flushed out right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Kamara gets it again on 2nd down.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
23-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
Well, for Alvin Kamara, that speed-size combo, just about exactly what you want for a running back, and he uses that size, that strength to bust through a would-be tackler there.
Yeah, in this part of the game, the fourth quarter, this is where a running back really has a chance to shine. This is what they've been training for, to take over the game down the stretch. The defense, it's been battered all game long. And here, this is just a case of a runner imposing his will and deciding he didn't want to be tackled right there.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for New Orleans, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.